So welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello everyone. I will be your host, Liam. This is our lovely moderator, Angie. We are about to do Dover movie trivia. The easiest way to play, if you want to, you can just do you can watch passively on Zoom and do the answers for fun. Or if you want to be in the running for our prize, you can go on to kahoot.it and enter in that game pin at the very top. The easiest way to do this is to have watch the video on your screen. What you're seeing is my screen. And then you can go to kahoot.it on your phone and type in that game pin. If you want to, you can just type in your answers in the chat, and Angie will help tabulate those up. It is 30 questions long. It will be multiple choice. The theme, as you know, is movie trivia. There will be some Oscar-focused questions, some casting-focused questions, and some questions all about movies, which we like. So if you have any questions, you can put them in the chat, and Angie will help you out. In the meantime, I think we're going to get started.
Before we do, I just want to make a quick note to let everyone know we are recording this program, and that is just so we can hopefully put it on social media on our Facebook page. So if you're uncomfortable being on camera and you prefer to turn your camera off, that is totally up to you. We are okay with that. Just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of the fact that we are recording. I am going to be watching the chat throughout, so if you have any questions, feel free to put them in there. We're hoping that people will stay muted for the most part, particularly during the questions. In other words, don't shout your answers out loud because that's going to give away the answer to all of your fellow participants. And we want to be competitive. We want to make sure we win. So as Liam said, your answers can go in Kahoot or they can go in the Zoom chat. The Zoom chat is only directed towards me. It's set to host only, so no one else will see your answers.
All right, as I said, there are 30 questions. They will be multiple choice. There is no penalty for guessing the wrong answer, so just guess away, even if you have to make an educated or uneducated guess. And the winner will receive our prize. We found a site that will engrave a miniature mock Oscar statuette. And whoever wins, stay on, because we'll get your address and we'll make sure we get that sent out to you. All right, there'll be 60 seconds to answer each question, and I will begin now. Movie trivia. Welcome, everybody. Which of these 90s hits features the best-selling movie soundtrack of all time? So as you can see, we've got the 4 listed there. You can correspond on the kahoot.it with the shapes. It's the traditional A, B, C, D. These were all some monster hits. Let's see if you can guess which one of them. And this is still today. This is not inflation adjusted. This is which sold the most units, period. All of these movies had huge hits on the soundtrack. See if you can guess which ones sold the most. These are gargantuan 90s movies. I wore out the tape deck on at least one of these things. All right, coming up on 15 seconds left. Let's see how it goes in our opening round here. 29 more questions to go. It was The Bodyguard. Good work to everybody. I did not think that would be such a big hit. All right. So we're going to go to our next question now. This is our scoreboard. All right. What was the first James Bond film to win an Oscar? So you can see the timeline here. We've got Goldfinger in 1964, From Russia with Love, 1963, Diamonds Are Forever, 1971, or Moonraker, 1979. Now, it does not matter which Oscar they won, any Oscar. They are films that I certainly enjoy very much, but they are not generally considered to be great cinema, which is, in my opinion, an overview on the part of the Academy. But one of these did win an Oscar first. It could be for set design, could be for acting. R.I.P. to Sean Connery, who we lost this week. Probably the best Bond ever. And if you feel different, perhaps you could put that in the chat room, although I think Angie has her hands full enough. The first to win an Academy Award, the first James Bond film. Just guess at random if you have to, because this is a weird one. All right, 5 seconds left. And the answer is Goldfinger, 1964. He loves gold. All right, let's go next. All right, the Avengers, as characteristic for them, I would suppose, is jumping out to an early lead. So, question number 3. Who played the incomparable title character in 1964's Mary Poppins? Frankly, I shouldn't have to read you the answers to this. We have Julie Christie, Anne Bancroft, Julie Andrews, or Natalie Wood. All legends in their own right, but only one played Mary Poppins. And the very next year, she was in The Sound of Music, and she won the Best Actress for that one, too. So who is Mary Poppins, the original Mary Poppins? I think Emily Blunt did a pretty good job in the Return, the sequel, but there can only be one original. Mary Poppins, 20 seconds left. All right, here we go. I hope everyone got this one right, and most of you did, except for one sorry person who needs to go back and watch that movie. Next question. The Avengers is on fire. All right. Which of these famed auteurs won the most Best Director Oscars? Auteur is a fancy and French way of saying filmmaker. As you can see, we've got 4 great filmmakers laid out before us. Frank Capra, Alfred Hitchcock, John Ford, and Steven Spielberg, with his name misspelled, which is my own error. I apologize. Remember, Best Director is separate from Best Picture. Sometimes they both win. Oftentimes they're split up. Which one of these guys won the most Best Director Oscars? 30 seconds left. And if you don't know, this is a good one to guess. These guys go back to the 20s, some of them. But keep in mind, the Academy Awards was founded, I believe, in 1933. Could be 1932. 5 seconds left. Which one of these guys won the most Best Director Oscars? Yeah, this one was split. I figured it would be. Congrats to whoever got John Ford. I can't name all 4 of the ones that he won off the top of my head, but they're all really good, and you should all watch them. All right, I don't think that did not change anything. So let's go on. Question number 5. What is the name of the, this is my favorite. What is the name of the fictional African country of which Eddie Murphy is a visiting prince in Coming to America, one of my very favorite movies? This is the country where James Earl Jones is the king, and then Arsenio is Eddie's valet. So we have the Silver Coast, North Congo, Zamunda, or Wakanda. A reminder that none of these countries exist in the real world. They exist for the purpose of these movies. Yeah, we got these 3. I love this movie so very much that I had to include this. Coming to America. I've heard there's talk of a sequel. That does not sound like a good idea to me, but I would probably see it. So again, we have the Silver Coast, North Congo, Zamunda, Wakanda. Which of these, I forget the name of Eddie's character, Prince Hakeem. It's Prince Hakeem. Because of what country, fictional country, is he the prince of? 5 seconds. Let's hear it. Zamunda. Oh, good work to everybody. Yeah. Oh, that raises my spirits. I'm glad other people appreciate it. And the Avengers stay on top, just like they tend to do in their films. What comedian provided the voice for Remy the Rat in Disney's Ratatouille? This is one of my favorite of the later period of Disney animated films. What comedian provided the voice for Remy the Rat? If you don't remember, Remy is a rat who can cook, and the movie is a whole lot more charming than that premise makes it sound. It's a great food movie. There've been a couple of those over the years. Our options are the late, great Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy, Patton Oswalt, or Kevin Hart. Who provided the voice for Remy the Rat, who helps Linguini navigate his way through French haute cuisine? 20 seconds left. A lot of great comedians here. All four of these. My goodness. What an embarrassment of riches we had before us. All right, 5 seconds late. Let's find out. Patton Oswalt, the great Patton Oswalt, of course. Let's go next. And we see some movement here. All right, everybody hang in. What film earned Brad Pitt his first acting Oscar? The Curious Case of Benjamin Button in 2008, The Tree of Life in 2011, Fight Club in 1999, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in 2019. He was technically a producer on a movie that won Best Picture, which means he won Best Picture because it's given to the producers. But only one of these, he only has one acting Oscar, believe it or not. And which one of these is the one he won it on? All right, these are all pretty decent movies, notwithstanding The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. Sorry, David Fincher. Although Fincher's represented for Fight Club, I believe. Which one of these? And they, as you notice, they range over about 20 years. Yeah. You got to do a little bit of realpolitik. Not what is your favorite performance, but what is the one that actually got him an Oscar? An acting Oscar, either Best Actor or Best Supporting. Let's find out. All right. I'm glad a lot of people seem to get that. He was certainly very enjoyable in that role. I saw it with my friends. The Avengers, still on top, but Michael Clayton is climbing. If I know one thing about Michael Clayton, you can never count out Michael Clayton. What a great film. Next question. Which of these films reaches its crescendo with Jack Nicholson screaming, "You can't handle the truth"? Chinatown, 1974, A Few Good Men, 1992, Five Easy Pieces, 1970, or One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, 1975. These are four great films. He did star in all of them, but in only one of them did he end it by saying, "You can't handle the truth." The film also starred Tom Cruise and Demi Moore, and it is a great film. Man, do I love some of these films here. He won a Best Actor for at least one of these, and probably should have won it for another one, if not two more. You Can't Handle the Truth, a great moment in, let's say, 20th century American cinema. Let's call it that so it doesn't narrow down any of the answers. All right, 10 seconds left. Here we go. A Few Good Men. Glad most people got that. All right, we're moving here. There's some movement. Question number 9. Who holds the record for winning the most Best Actress Oscars? We got four great ones here. Bette Davis, Meryl Streep, Katharine Hepburn, or Vivien Leigh. Which one of these has won the, not Best Supporting Actress, not nominations, won the most Best Actress trophies? This is a tough one, I will tell you. Just what we see before us is Hollywood royalty. The top of Tinseltown. All right, folks, what do you think? 20 seconds left. Who won the most Best Actress Oscars? I'd tell you my answer, but that would be cheating, and I would not do that to you. 5 seconds left. Let's see it. Katharine Hepburn. Isn't she wonderful? The African Queen, The Lion in Winter. I can't remember the other two, but I'm sure they're all really good. All right, The Avengers, hard to beat. This is a tough one. 3 films share the record for most Oscar wins at 11 apiece. Which of the following is not one of them? So we've got 4 amazing films here over a variety of eras. Which of these films did not win 11 Oscars on Oscar night? They may well have been nominated, but 3 of them did win 11. Which of these did not win 11? I mean, it's hard, like Citizen Kane, Titanic, Ben-Hur, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. Do not sleep on those Peter Jackson movies. They are perhaps better than they have any right to be. 20 seconds left. Which of these did not? I feel guilty about doing these questions sometimes because they're misleading. Did not win 11 Oscars. 10 seconds. Citizen Kane. Looks like we fooled a few people there. Great movie. Did not win 11 Oscars. It was probably too far ahead of its time to be sure. And that is going to facilitate a changing of the throne. Congratulations to Stacy. Let's keep this moving. In what early Marlon Brando role does he confess, "I could have been a contender"? We've got 4 great, iconic Brando roles from the 50s. We've got On the Waterfront from 1954, The Wild One from 1953, A Streetcar Named Desire from 1951, and Guys and Dolls with Frank Sinatra at 1955. In which one of these films does he say, "I could have been a contender"? Later repurposed in Raging Bull by Scorsese and De Niro. A line and a character in a film full of pathos. 30 seconds left. I could have been a contender. This is early Brando. Gorgeous Brando. My goodness, was he handsome. There's a film came out a couple of years ago called Listen to Me, Marlon, which was drawing off his diaries and his tapes. Let's see what the right answer is. On the Waterfront. I'm glad most people got that. That is a classic role. Let's keep it moving. All right, and we got some people clamoring around, ready to make the next step. Question 12. Which Coppola favorite delivers the line, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning" in Apocalypse Now from 1979? So these are all characters who were frequently cast in Coppola films. We have Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Robert Duvall, Marlon Brando. All first ballot Hall of Fame actors. Which one of them said the line on the beach in Vietnam, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning"? He follows it up by saying, "This war is going to end someday." And he doesn't sound too sure of himself. God, these are such great actors. Which Coppola favorite delivers the line, "I love the smell of napalm in the morning" in Apocalypse Now? Funny story. I watched this movie first, and then I read Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness, and I realized, oh my goodness, this is where they got it from. This is dark stuff. But for the most part, I think we're all better for it. All right, 5 seconds left, roughly. Let's see who said it. Who is Coppola's favorite darling? Robert Duvall. Good on everybody. I'm glad Robert Duvall is getting his flowers and we can appreciate him. And we have another change. Megan showing some acumen here. All right, let's see what's next. Gloria Swanson delivers her iconic line, "All right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up," in which of these films? All About Eve, 1950, Mildred Pierce, 1945, Sunset Boulevard, 1950, or Grand Hotel, 1932. So we've got some great melodramas here, and another iconic line. Is Gloria Swanson. All right, Mr. DeMille, referring to C.B. DeMille, C.C., I believe. "I'm ready for my close-up." 30 seconds left. This is a line on caliber with any of those that we've discussed so far. In which of these? I realize this goes back quite a long way. I certainly was not born in time to see these movies in theaters. Frankly, I doubt anyone on the Zoom was, but this is a classic, and you better see it if you haven't already. All right, 5 seconds left. Let's see what we got. Sunset Boulevard. Good. Good for looks like, yeah, that's good. All right, let's move. All right, there's some people are moving around here. Let's keep it going. Question number 14. Who won the Best Actress Oscar for playing June Carter Cash in the 2005 hit Walk the Line? Reese Witherspoon, Eva Green, Felicity Huffman, or Kate Beckinsale? June Carter Cash. And it occurs to me that there better be nobody on their phone right now. All right? So let's play the game. Play the spirit of the game. 60 seconds allows people a lot of wiggle room here. All right, we got all 17 answers, so we might as well just see. Reese Witherspoon? Oh, wow, that was easier than I thought. All right. But that is not enough to change anything. What creepy creature is Indiana Jones notoriously averse to? What does Indiana Jones not like? Snakes, leeches, rats, spiders? You'd be well within your rights to not like any of these, but Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford, notoriously cannot stand one of these creepy creatures. Let's see. All right, we got 17 answers, so let's do it. Snakes. Yeah, I see a lot of people who know they're Indiana Jones. All right. All right, things are staying in shape here. Which filmmaker once swept the Triple Crown, Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay, all with the same film in the same year? Sometimes films win all three, but it's rare that one person is behind every aspect of them. We've got four great filmmakers here: Orson Welles, Clint Eastwood, Billy Wilder, and Woody Allen. Many of these filmmakers are known for writing their own scripts, producing their own movies, and directing them. The question is, which one of them won all three categories with the same film in the same year? That is really hard to do. Oftentimes, the responsibilities are split up, and no one person can claim credit for all those things. We've got 25 seconds left. Let's see what you can come up with. This is another one where you might have to guess. Do the best you can. All three of these men are known to be, I won't comment on all these men, but they're known to be controlling in the artistic process. So which one won the Triple Crown? It is a great film, one of my favorite films. I will not share it, but you will know in 5 seconds. All right, let's do it. Billy Wilder. Only 3 people got it. It is The Apartment in 1960. I love that movie with all my heart. And that is enough to change things up. This is interesting. All right. Question number 17. Judi Dench, Dame Judi Dench that is, has been nominated many times, but she earned her first Oscar win for which of these films? Dame Judi Dench. Shakespeare in Love, 1999. Notes on a Scandal, 2007. Philomena, 2014. Or Chocolat, 2001. All superb films. She should win an Oscar every year just for being herself. And that's what I say. She's perhaps best known for playing M in the James Bond films, and she is as good an M as Sean Connery was a James Bond. But this is only one of these films did she win her first she won her first Oscar, her first acting Oscar. I will now diverge from that to tell you an anecdote. In the early 80s, a company in Shakespeare staged a production of Antony and Cleopatra with Anthony Hopkins and Dame Judi Dench. And I would give you 2 or 3 of my fingers to be able to see that on opening night. All right, 3 seconds. Let's see it. Shakespeare in Love. All right, it's pretty spread out, but that's good. Let's see what that does to our standings. Stacy is irreproachable. She's on fire. Which film, much like the Brad Pitt question, which film finally earned Leonardo DiCaprio his long-coveted Best Actor Oscar? The Wolf of Wall Street in 2013, J. Edgar in 2011, The Revenant in 2015, or Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in 2019. In which of these films did he finally win? He was taking on more and more masochistic roles to try to win this award with more and more outlandish performances. And several of them were quite good, of course. In which of these did he finally win Best Actor? At which point did the Academy finally let him in? He suffered a drought, not unlike, actually I won't say that. Okay, there we go. Yeah, most people got that. Stacey is untouchable. You guys got to pick it up. What gargantuan, hint, hint, took home a record 11 Oscars at the 1998 Academy Awards? Good Will Hunting, Titanic, As Good as It Gets, or LA Confidential? This is probably the easiest question in the whole quiz. Which gargantuan, wink, wink. I mean, the story of the 1998 Oscars is the story of one movie. A lot of good films here, though. This was a quietly good year for movies. All right, it was Titanic, which everybody got. You know, don't blame you. Question number 20, 2/3 of the way through. What beloved character actor played Rudy's father in Rudy, 1993? All four of these guys are great. Danny Aiello, Ned Beatty, John Polito, and Paul Giamatti. Character actors are so wonderful. They really give it their all every film. And this particular gentleman has been a beloved character actor in many films I've enjoyed. Which one of these was Rudy's father? He worked in a steel mill. He was quite portly. And he didn't believe in his son until finally, through sheer force of will, Rudy was probably offsides on the play when he sacked the guy. But what are you going to do? 20 seconds left. All right, 10 seconds, people. Who played Rudy's father? Ned Beatty. Let's see if that shakes things up. Not everybody got that. All right. Some people coming back into focus here. 21. For which film, again, another one of these. For which film did George Clooney win his sole acting Oscar to date? He's only won one, and it might not be for what you think. Michael Clayton in 2007, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou in 2000, Syriana in 2005, and The Perfect Storm in 2000. He only has one, believe it or not, with these people, these great actors. They make great films, but they only get recognized under certain circumstances. So for which film did George Clooney win his sole acting Oscar to date? 30 seconds left. Michael Clayton, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, Syriana, or The Perfect Storm? Let's see what we got. All right, 10 seconds. George Clooney, his whole reputation is on the line here. That's what's at stake. For which did he... Syriana. Not many people got that. A lot of contrarians out there, I guess. He won Best Supporting. I have not seen it, but it is on my list. And now we have a changing of the guard. Shout out to Megan and some other people moving up. 22. Which of these films won the 1991 Best Picture Oscar? All these films came out in 91. I am not trying to trick you. They were all nominated. Which of these actually won? The Godfather Part 3, Goodfellas, Ghost, starring Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore, of course, and Dances with Wolves. Which one of these actually took it home? 1991 Best Picture Oscar. This one was controversial, I can tell you that. 30 seconds left. Certain people feel a way about some of these films. But yeah, Dances with Wolves, starring and directed by Kevin Costner. All right, that doesn't change anything. We just got a couple left here. Let's see what we can do. 23. Who played Mrs. Robinson in The Graduate? Another gimme question, if I say so myself. Was it Anne Bancroft, Kathleen Turner, Elizabeth Taylor, or Anne Margaret? All four would be definitely capable of nailing the role, but only one of them really did it. What do you think, folks? 45 seconds left. I doubt we'll even get there. Who played Mrs. Robinson that tried to seduce a young Dustin Hoffman? Anne Bancroft, Kathleen Turner, Elizabeth Taylor. I say try. She did successfully seduce him. I hope that's not a spoiler. Elizabeth Taylor or Anne Margaret? Let's see. 20 seconds left. All right. Mrs. Robinson in The Graduate, directed by Mike Nichols. Anne Bancroft, the overwhelming favorite. Let's see if that changes things. No, we're just jockeying along here, but we're in the final stretch. Question 24. Who directed The Deer Hunter, 1978? Was it Alan Pakula, Sidney Lumet, Francis Ford Coppola, and Mike Cimino? All of these people, I believe, have at least one Best Picture Oscar to their, or Best Director Oscar to their names. The Deer Hunter, 1978, one of the all-time great casts. Robert De Niro, Christopher Walken, John Cazale. I feel like I'm forgetting. Oh, a young Meryl Streep, of course. But who directed it? 30 seconds left. Was it Alan Pakula, director of great 70 films like Klute, Parallax View, and All the President's Men? Sidney Lumet, who did Network? Francis Ford Coppola, whose resume I do not need to read you, and Mike Cimino. No. Who directed The Deer Hunter? All right, Mike Cimino. Some people got that. What a great movie that is. Let's see if this shakes anything up. Oh, Michael Clayton making a run. Very dangerous man, that Michael Clayton. Number 25. 2007 was a great year for movies. Yes, it was. Which of these films ultimately won Best Picture? So it's 2007, but so this is the 2008 Best Picture winner. All these movies came out in 2007, and they were all nominated. No Country for Old Men, There Will Be Blood, Atonement, or Michael Clayton, where our participant gets his name from. Which of these films, all of them deserved it in one way or another, but which of them ultimately won Best Picture? I mean, there are some all-time performances in these four. My goodness. 30 seconds left. Who won? Which of these won Best Picture? No Country for Old Men, There Will Be Blood, Atonement, or Michael Clayton? 10 seconds left. You got to answer. This is the time to make a move. Maybe choose something controversial. All right, let's see it. No Country for Old Men. That's right. The Coen brothers or one of their masterpieces. Must be lucky to have so many. It must be nice to have so many masterpieces to your name. Let's see what this does. All right. This is interesting. 26. In Brian's song, which famous NFL player played by Billy D. Williams tearfully eulogizes his friend Brian Piccolo? All four of these are four great NFL running backs. Brian's song, if you haven't seen it, is a true story with Billy D. Williams and James Caan about two players who came together through adverse odds. One of them died, and then Billy D. Williams tearfully and emotionally eulogizes him. So which of these players was Billy D. Williams playing? We have Walter Payton, Earl Thomas, Jim Brown, and Gale Sayers. If you ever need to get a good cry out, just watch Brian's song. It's like an emotional cleanse. All right, 10 seconds left. Let's see what we got here. It was Gale Sayers, who I believe might have passed away recently. I could be wrong, but my goodness, his running was like poetry in motion. All right, doesn't change anything too bad. For which of these films did Steven Spielberg win his first Best Director Oscar? He has won several, but which of these earned him his first? E.T. in 1983, Schindler's List in 1993, it's 10 years apart, 83 and 93, The Color Purple in 1986, or Saving Private Ryan in 1999. Which of these earned him his first Best Director Oscar? He went on to win several, of course, but there can only be one first. 30 seconds left. All right, let's find out. It was Schindler's List in 1993. What a very interesting movie that is. Let's move on. We are almost finished here, and the tension is palpable. All right, Megan has cemented her lead, I'd say. The rest of you got to catch up. Who played the voice of Mufasa in the original Disney animated Lion King in 1994? This is a gravelly, deep barrely voice. Inimitable, I would say. We have Liam Neeson, Morgan Freeman, James Earl Jones, or Tom Hanks. Which of these was Mufasa, the tragically departed father of Simba? What do you think, folks? I suppose any one of them could have done it, but only one of them really nailed it. Liam Neeson, Morgan Freeman, James Earl Jones, or Tom Hanks? Who is Mufasa? He speaks to Simba from the stars. And he says to Scar, "Brother, help me." And Scar says, "Long live the king." All right, most people got that. James Earl Jones. Also the voice of Darth Vader. Yeah. All right, we're down to our last two here. Things are sticking together. What is the name of the computer in Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey? Originally written by Arthur C. Clarke, I believe. 2001: A Space Odyssey came out in 1968. The computer that kills everyone or tries to kill everyone. What is the name? Leo, Hal, Dave, Max. All plausible names. But what is the name who says, "I can't let you do that"? What a marvelously executed film by Kubrick. Kubrick has been accused in the past of trying to fake the moon landing. There's an old joke that Kubrick accepted the job, but he's such a perfectionist that he demanded to shoot on location. I think that's pretty funny. Let's see who it is. Hal. All right, we got some overwhelming favorites here. And of course, the actual name is much longer and much more complex. He's the Hal 9000, I believe. We are on to our last question. All right, some people making up some ground. This could do it. This could swing things, this last question. We're in. Whew, this is big. Last question. What was the first ever animated film to be nominated for Best Picture? The first animated film, now it has its own category, Best Animated Film. Was it Bambi in 1942, Beauty and the Beast in 1991, Toy Story in 1995, or Up in 2009? What was the first film to be nominated for Best Picture? The first animated film to be nominated for Best Picture. All four of these are great. But what was the first one to be taken seriously as as cinema? I mean, by the gatekeepers of the Academy, of course, but it's still worth pursuing. Let's see what we got here. First animated film to be nominated for Best Picture. Bambi, it is Beauty and the Beast. Let's see what this does to our leaderboard. Da, 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 da. In third place, The Avengers. In second place, Mike Clayton. And in first place, it's got to be Megan. Who else? Yeah. How about that? And we got Clinton Stacy coming up in the runners up. Nothing shameful about that. We just ran into some great competitors tonight. So Megan, please tell our moderator, Angie, your name, and if you'd like, your address, and we'll send the... Yeah.
Not to interrupt, but we actually had one player playing in the chat who had 27 correct answers. So they beat Megan by 1 point. But I think we should give both of them a trophy. What do you think?
I think so.
I think
so. What an incredible development. Wow, we had some great players tonight.
And so I would love to congratulate Jess, who got an amazing 27 out of 30. Very, very impressive.
That is insanely impressive. I am awestruck.
Thank you.
All right, so the two of you, Megan and Jess, if you'd like to give your names and your address to Angie, and we will ship out your own statuettes that you will cherish forever, I'm sure.
And you can feel free to tell us what name you would like put on the statue. You can do your first name, your first and last name. You can do the name of a family member if you prefer to have it named after them. Whatever you'd like it to say. Feel free to send me a message in the chat and we'll get that made up for you.
Thank you.
All right, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us this evening.